Hello and welcome. I'm Peasant, and I'm going to be taking on France 6 here with the Might of River. It's my second attempt at it. I had a really cursed start. Turn 1, 2 city builds, and it was it was rough. It was very rough. I was I figured that this would be a relatively straightforward matchup for River, but clearly not as straightforward as I'd hoped. Okay, we've got our decision about where we put our first extra explorer. I think I'm going to put it up here. In with the beast. The beast might take care of it. Okay, we've got these these builds in here. Turn 1. I mean, I'm almost certainly going to go with quite a traditional start. An old-fashioned start. Something along the lines of this. Immediately gaining the kind of... we can now target the entire board with sacred sites. And then kind of probably building up to some kind of inland deathland and a coastal deathland. So Wash Away is nice as well. Turn 1. I mean, the difficulty we have, right, is that against France we have of course this lost condition, the sprawling plantations, a limit of 7 towns per player. And I think there are a few spirits that really struggle with France. I've been trying to take on France with Bringer of Dreams and Nightmares, and it's just tricky, kind of keeping the number of towns low. Okay, we should put this explorer. Let's put it in there. It's just, and it just becomes really hard to juggle both, they're just losing from Blight and then losing from too many towns. Okay, so we can push these towns somewhere. The other thing we need to think about, of course, is positioning our Dahan for River's Bounty, but as we don't have any defend cards yet, and our odds of drawing a defend card are pretty good, a good thing to know. Be a handy little fact. I'm going to push these into here. That's because we've got the 2 Dahan in here. Actually, I'm not sure that's a complete bit of logic. We don't start with any defend cards. I think what I'll do is I'll rescue this Dahan. Because they are... I mean, I know we can breed them with River's Bounty, but it doesn't mean we want to be just throwing those guys away. And then we've got to build so we can... oh, did I just push them into there? Peasant, what are you doing? So actually, I think I'll push an explorer into there. This is going to be my inland deathland. That's going to be my coastal deathland. But the thing is, we'll probably run out of time. Of course, flash floods is kind of... You'd expect to be doing flash floods this turn, so actually I'm going to push this explorer into there. And we'll flash floods to take care of those coastal guys. And we're going to get the reclaim 1, and we're going to use River's Bounty somewhere. I suppose it's just that tricky thing of trying to set up for Ravages when you don't have any defend cards. This build, though, we don't have any town builds if we destroy these 2 explorers. So that feels pretty good. So where do we want to plonk our Dahan? Probably somewhere that's not got a big agglomeration of invaders. Maybe this coastal mountain. So yeah, let's make a sacred site in there. Let's reclaim River's Bounty. Yeah, because we need every little morsel of energy we can get. Going with this particular opening, we do not have a lot of energy. And we'll... Boon of Vigor. Flash Floods in there. And what do we have? Sacred Sites under threat. Each sacred site pushes an explorer town to an adjacent land. And we can... what's the board actually looking like? Plus, this is horrible. We just can't do this, I don't think. We don't have that kind of energy or any cards with fire on. So, oh, do we have an option? Do we start with anything with fire? Oh, because within that we can then just choose to destroy loads of our presence. Let's just repulse them. We're going to have a blight down. So we're repulsing. And we are pushing explorers or towns to adjacent lands. Well, okay, we're only pushing it. We may as well push into our coastal deathland. We're not doing anything about this anyway. Okay, so that's okay, so the Sand Explorer. This is quite a horrible batch of towns they're going to be making. And then we've got an Explore. So there will be a... if we put Plonk it in here, this will become a Ravage, and hopefully that'll take care of it. Because you really kind of... Against some adversaries, you don't really care about the odd Explorer here or there, but against France, they're all going to turn into towns eventually. Oh yeah, so I don't want to yoink this guy out of there because he's got a job to do. We don't have any defend cards. If I yoink these guys now and then have to kind of yoink them back, I'll be a bit disappointed. So I think I'm just gonna not gather any and just make a big lump there. Oh, and we've got this ability. I always forget this. I mean, it's a big ability, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna factor that in at all. So you can actually destroy this town and push all of these explorers out of here. That's pretty nice. So that's what we're gonna do. Stick all of... I mean, yeah, I think... we've got a 1 in 4 chance. Well, actually, 1 in 5 chance of this Explore card being jungle. And then we are kind of in trouble. But we're going to let this go. We're going to have a Blighted Island. But that could work in our favour. To actually get the top tier of our innate, we need to be at 4 plays. So I really want to push forward. We have the Reclaim 1. This Ravage is going to take care of that. We can prevent a town build by... But we are so tight on energy. Going with this route, I mean, I think you can make a case for going on the energy track as well. So I think what we want to do is push to 4 and gain hopefully a 0 costs minor power that's going to do something nice for us. A bit of... If we could get this tier of the innate, that would be a little bonus too. Let's see what we get. See what we get offered. Uncanny Melting, huh? Huh? You got some nice elements on you. Ooh, this is cheap and it has nice elements. And Twilight Fog is a cool card. The 0 costness of it is certainly alluring. And we are against France, so after the 3rd event, we will have an uprising, and so these unrest tokens could actually turn. We could turn a load of buildings into Dahan. So this is at its strongest it's likely to be, probably. Actually, Ocean likes it as well, but and we can actually. That means we've got. We could even use it in here this turn. We'd be damaging our Dahan, but it shouldn't matter this turn. And it's nice and cheap. Now we're against France, so blight removal is less appetizing because of slow healing ecosystem. We need to remove 3 blights for it to actually be added back to our blight pool. I think this is more likely to be useful. It's also very cost effective. And it has the good elements, yeah. Okay, so another presence. Now, we can place this presence thinking about relocating with River's Bounty. And potentially for using this. Because, though, it's not going to be next turn. It's going to be the turn after. So next time we've got a build. So we could use it to kind of intervene in a Ravage, say, in here. So actually, we've already got presence kind of where we want it. We don't want to be sticking presence in there. Okay. Okay, fine. I think we're just going to go with a safe presence placement. We are playing with events, so there are quite a lot of events that can just kind of come in and require you to destroy presence. So we don't really want to squander presence too much. And yeah, I mean, River's Bounty is it's just great. You know, the more Dahan, the merrier. And we've even got our little push going on. Okay, what have we got here? Okay. Beasts prowling. Push 2 Dahan for land with blight to land without blight. Intriguing. So, pushing towns explorer. This is annoying because we spent all this time. We spent all this time putting all these guys all together. And it's going to make a build in here. Damn it, local diaspora. Let's make it a city build. Trouble is we can't push cities. If I push an explorer into here, then they'll build a single town. So it's not that big a deal. And then we can actually just push the town back into here. Yeah, I'm going to push an explorer into here. Yeah, so we're going to invite the town build. In fact, we're going to... The trouble is with these, I mean, if we push an explorer into all 3 of these, the odds of us getting one of these coming up is really high. I mean, it's kind of, you know, they're not even odds at that point. But yeah, I think we keep the towns where they are. Okay, and then we've got this bit down here. We can push a couple of Dahan. Okay, so we know that we're not gonna, because this is the event, we know we're not gonna get, we don't need more than 1 Dahan in there. We didn't draw a defend card. Actually, it could be good to have a couple of Dahan in here. I mean, we've got all the Dahan in the world at this point. All of them. Okay, so we have a Blighter. What do we get? Ooh, one of my favourites. Especially as this could give us the elements. Yeah. So immediately draw a minor power and plus 1 more. So yeah, this is one of my favourite Blight cards. This isn't a cascade as well. I mean, against France is a bit ropey, but we might. Yeah, we're doing it. Okay. Ooh, one of my favourites as well. Entrancing Apparitions. It's still. I mean, there are better cards for us, but the fact that it's got the water run is pretty nice. Animated Rack Root, I don't think is going to be worth. I mean, this is interesting though. The Wilds token, they're powerful, especially against France. But yeah, this has the water, and Defend 2 is helpful. And we could potentially use it to gather some explorers. I don't know how often that's likely to be useful, but... Okay, so we have Wetland. And now we're adding either a Blight to here and losing, or adding a town to here, I guess. And we are now down to 0 towns in our... in our pool. Yeah, this is kind of what happened on my last playthrough. It's like, I was just about to start laying the smack down, and then the game was like, actually, no, you run out of towns. We can at least destroy a town here, and there's a build in the wetlands next turn, so currently that's looking like a double town in here, and then a double town and a city in here. But we can prevent these builds with massive flooding. And we also have the incoming rebellion as well. There are no Dahan here, but we could actually... Oh, we need to actually... We need to have Dahan in here and push. Damn it. See, maybe with better planning, this would have worked out. See, we could... Yeah, we don't have a good way of pushing in there. We need to do some pretty serious action in here. Though, thinking about it, if we just if we were to say use flash floods in here and remove one of those explorers, then actually that would become a single town build. I think we have to clear this. And the thing is that the slave uprising could happen in like any of these other, any of these spaces that have towns and Dahan. Okay, so we'll destroy this one. Wow, a fear card? How is it possible? And I think we want to push all of these guys into this interior Deathland. Though we're probably going to be hitting this next turn. If we can, given that it will be ravaging the turn after. Okay, so this currently is a double town build. We have one town in our pool. So we can effectively add a town by putting an unrest on one of these. Let's say we put it on this one here. The event will happen before the ravage. So we'll add the unrest. And oh, the push is non-optional, but I don't think it matters. We can push him in there. Okay. These guys, of course, will have healed by next turn. And then we've got the bounty. So double town build in there. This one here will become a Dahan. But then we're at the mercy of the adversary effect, which could place a blight or a town. So we need to, we do need to do more. So that will almost certainly be a bit of flash flooding. Though we are reclaiming, we might gain a card that will help us. In fact, if we gained a useful defend card, we could clear out a couple of these towns here. All feels very clutch. I suppose, against a level 6 adversary, it probably is meant to feel like this, I suppose. Though I have just realised that by pushing the Dahan out here, this is not going to get helped with the slave uprising. That's kind of unfortunate. I think we need to. That needs to happen. So if we do it in here, then we can just use River's Bounty to bring the Dahan back. It's less ideal, but it actually works. It's always handy when things work, And push them in there. And then we can bring them back from here. Okay. But I mean, these guys were actually taken care of anyway. I mean, there's a chance we would get some fast Dahan movement, and because we've got Entrancing Apparitions, we've actually got a kind of a spare card we can play. Yeah, but we don't have any fast Dahan push currently. But in the Ravage, the Unrest actually just saves the day, because it means that this land doesn't blight. Yeah, so we do go with this. And we will push this lad into here. And then we'll bounty to... we need to leave that guy in there. I think bringing single ones is good. I think they are a bit vulnerable on their own to the events. Okay, so the Ravage here, hopefully that'll take care of that town. This Ravage, if we get Defend card. Entrancing Apparitions is... we're going to need more than that. But, I mean, we could get lucky with our Fear card or the event. And build-wise, this is now clear. This is a double town. The double town is enough, but we should hopefully clear enough of these. We actually desperately need the Defend card in here, because there's already Blight in there. That will be we will lose. We will straight up lose if we don't defend in there. Though, actually, we could... No. Yeah, this is a pretty important minor power draw. What do we get? Okay, well, we've drawn solutions. And because we've got the help of the minor spirit, actually we could use something like Hook and the Earth Struggles. Because we now are not completely dependent on playing basically all of our start cards. I mean, it's still a bit tricky, but this has the mountain on, which means we don't need to play Wash Away, though arguably this is going to be a very, very good card for us to play in conjunction with our innate. I mean, Call to Isolation we could use to push a town. Then we could do Trancing Apparitions in here, so we should have the Defend. That's the reason this is nice, because it's cheaper. It's cheaper, and it has the sunshine on it. Quicken, of course, insulates us from misfortune a little bit because it's such a big defend card. And as River, we can kind of place a Sacred Site fairly easily. Okay, so if all goes well this turn, we're going to clear 3 towns in the Ravage, putting our buffer up to 4, and then there's going to be 2 towns built here. So, okay, that's good. And the thing is, if we do Hulk smash this coastal wetland this turn, which I think is what we want to be doing, then we definitely want to be playing Wash Away to push any other reprobates into there. Yeah, just defending here with a 10, it just is a safe, that feels safe. Even if there's all kinds of boosting in here, then we should still be good. Okay. I'm just trying to look at the board and see if there's any, because there are a few situations that could wreck us, like it can happen that the French escalation effect forces you to place a blight that means you lose. The fun of the French. Okay, so we've even got a bit of bonus entrancing apparitions defense we could use, just to kind of be safe, because there are events that will add damage. Okay, so we want to play a load of these cards. Now we need to play 3 daylight cards, so basically we can't play Wash Away if we go with this. So that is an advantage to not picking this. But I like the safety of this. If this was to go wrong, we would be ruined. Though, I mean, the escalation effect could well put a town in one of these lands that we might then push in. Oh god. Oh god. Is the Call to Isolation going to be better? Because it will allow me to also use Wash Away. It just feels, it feels so shady. It feels too risky. Okay, I think it's too risky to rely on Entrancing Apparitions in here and rely on this Unrest in here. That just feels like too much risk for not enough reward. Okay, so we have to pick 3 from these. We do have the Uprising this turn as well. We're not going to be able to get any fast Unrest out. But I think just putting a bit of Unrest on the board is going to be nice for us. It's going to be a good investment. And the Flash Floods, I think we could use the Flash Floods to do something. What could we do that's useful? Actually, nothing that critical. Oh, wait a second. It is kind of critical because it means we can destroy this city. So we do want to Flash Floods. I had just forgotten about the key ingredient, because this is 2 damage to each invader, which without the Flash Floods, that means that you're not destroying any cities. So yeah, that's kind of critical. And finally, we can either have Vigor or Bounty. Well, I think you always want to pick Bounty if you've got the choice. I suppose maybe you might want to not pick it if you want to relocate your Dahan next turn on a non-reclaim turn. And we do have Dahan flipping everywhere. But yeah, I'm going to go with this. Okay, so we entrance in here for a little bit of security. We quicken in here. Oh, I also forget that this has an alternate use. I forget. And then we have to Flash Floods in here to do a pip of damage here. And this is why it's a bit tricky, because actually you can sometimes end up with a situation where cities get built and then you don't destroy them. So it would be good to have a bit of slow damage, and I know that I completely ignored some slow damage earlier. And yeah, let's just prevent a town build. Even we are about to destroy them, but we've got the slave rebellion. So we could see, it's actually more, it feels more useful up here. This town is gonna, that if we play this, then it will clear the Explorer and the Dahan, which feels wasteful. But the thing is, with the way that France works, every Explorer is a future town. Okay. In a land with at least 2 towns, replace half with cities. Okay. That's kind of not, that's, you know, good and bad. So we could add a city in here, which is good because we'll just wipe it out. So no real, or add a city in here. And because of the flash is only doing a single damage, we don't really want to add cities in here unless we have to. So let's just do it in here. It's going to have no real implication. Push 2 Dahan from a land with cities to a land without cities. Well, actually, that's annoying. If I'd actually read the card. Damn it, what are you retreating for? Let's push them into here. Each player may push a explorer into land with more buildings than land it came from. Well, as we are about to Hulk smash in here, we may as well clear one of these. Though any explorer that goes in here is also going to get destroyed as well. Oh, but we can't push into that. So yeah, one of these two. Let's just bring this one because this is a land you always want to. Yeah, this is because it has so few adjacencies. It's like the worst land for lots of things. That was vague, wasn't it? For lots of things. What are you talking about, peasant? Well, we are against France, so we kind of probably should prioritize the town. But I think in this case, if we clear this, because we don't have that wash away. This would have been a nice thing to wash away. Yeah, I think we have to prioritize the town. Though we have other push stuff to do. But what are we even doing next turn? We're clearing this land, so there's going to be a turn with no build. Because we're going to clear this land now. Oh no, we're in the ravage phase. God, peasant, what are you doing? So there's going to be a ravage. They're going to build a couple of towns in here. Yeah, I think we just want to be safety first, really. Okay, and mountain. That's a lot of extra explorers. Sickening. Okay, and then we add a town to one of these lands. Let's add it in with the beast and the Dahan. Yeah, and here's where that wash away. Oh, we would just wash them in there. Though I think it might be better to place in here. The reasoning being that this land in here is now kind of due a big smash like this land's about to get. And we're going to get a bit of time because there's going to be a build, and then there's, you know, so if we could basically reclaim and do the same kind of thing next turn, Yeah, that might be good. Something else we could think about is entrancing apparitions to drag a couple of these explorers from here into here. So yeah, I'm going to put it in there. And then France wants to add an explorer. Damn it, France. I'm going to add it in here so it should get dealt with in the Ravage. And then we have these things. Okay, so the main thing, of course, to do is to destroy this. I don't have any other way of pushing anything in there, so I may as well do it now. Okay, look at that. Nice and clear. 2 cities in here is kind of horrible. So this Ravage next turn. And builds in here and here. So yeah, these are the problem areas. Yeah, so if I entrancing apparitions, I can drag 2 of these explorers maybe into here. So prevent 2 town builds. That's pretty good. And then actually, I think this might be an okay spot for a bit of Twilight Fog. Wait a second. Damn it! Here's me. I've been playing Aid the Uprising wrong all the time. It's like, why is this town? What's going on with this town? Okay, let's grab. Yeah, let's do a bit of breeding in here. Let's just bring one in. So hopefully because we've got Quicken, we can actually that looks pretty nice for us. And let's put an unrest, I think, on one of these cities. Okay, so we have Ravages that don't matter. We have a lot of town building. This is going to be a double town and a city. This is going to be a double town. But we have a solution for this. We can reduce this to a single town build using entrancing apparitions. I think we need to do some serious smashing. We're still in Terra 1. Oh, okay. But the Ravages are looking good. Yeah, so we're probably going to want to smash this land after the build. Interestingly, yeah, we can't quite... We can't skip the reclaim just yet. Though, what we could do... What I'm trying to work out is whether we want to try and make it so that we can use this every turn, or whether we want to just do it this turn, if you see what I mean. So by maybe placing more presence effectively, so we've got more plays, more cards. The thing is, we're not going to be able to, unless we reclaim, we're not going to be able to use this tier because of our, the limitations. We've only got 1 sun element there. But maybe we don't need to. The key thing is clearing out the towns, and there's no big agglomeration of towns this turn. There will be, one is on its way. There will be one here, with 3 towns in. We are going to have to destroy that. Yeah. Also, here's something interesting. If we drag those out, there'll be a single town in here. There will be 3 towns in here after the build. We kind of need to destroy a town as well, otherwise we might die to the escalation. But if we could also use Wash Away, we could push them in there and just destroy everything in there. But I think we are basically forced to reclaim here. If we can gain a power card that gives us elements, maybe we just need 1 more nice water sunshine power card to be able to not reclaim next turn, I think. Ooh, something like this. Though because we have entrancing apparitions, we could maybe go with something like this. Defend 4. I'm getting some beasts on. It's just reaching grasp actually going to do. It does have the right elements. It also means we can quicken the Earth struggles anywhere on the map, which is pretty good. It crucially it has the right elements that mean we're going to be able to skip reclaim. So be able to play this a couple of times instead of constantly reclaiming. So probably reaching grasp is the one here. Yeah, and it's cheap. We like cheap. Okay, so we're entrancing to drag them over here. It's still a bit tricky. That could still backfire horribly. I think there is an event that does boost the damage of explorers. Okay, so we definitely want to be using Wash Away. But if we use Wash Away, then everything else has to have daylight on it. Actually, wait a second. We could just use Flash Floods to destroy 2 explorers. That's certainly safer. I mean, we're not destitute right now. It's quite a way off until... Do we care about... This isn't a turn where reaching grass is going to help us that much. Okay, so we've got the top tier on that. Oh, yeah, we need Flash Floods to do damage to the city. Yeah, I think we have to... Yeah, we do this. It's a little bit risky. The risk is basically that we insta-lose, but... That's... But the problem with this, right? This is a problematic situation. We destroy a single town in here, 2 towns in here. Oh no, it's okay. It's fine. It's a little bit closer to the margins we'd like, but we will be able to destroy all the towns by pushing them in here. But yeah, it's still shady as hell. So we could bring them in there. Flash Floods. Oh, and we're actually going to have to switch mode so I can precisely target. So I want to Flash Floods in here. Target the one that doesn't have unrest. Get back into the old 2D classic. And then we've got Boon of Vigor. Okay, buildings have +1 health. That's, well, we don't have that problem. We have this problem instead. Okay, so I'm glad we don't have that. That ruins everything. So add a blight to land adjacent to land with blight, and we can prevent. We're just going to destroy some presence here, I think. So, for example, this sacred site is completely superfluous. So yeah, we're going to destroy some presence. Yeah. Okay. And fear cards. Each player removes an explorer from land with beast disease or at least 2 to harm. It's one of those things where, like, this is meant to be helping me, right? Well, it's not really meant to be helping me, but because we're against France, this guy's going to get destroyed and then get pushed. It's like, well, I suppose we'll push them into this fun area. Okay. Wetland Ravage. Defend has covered it. Okay, Jungle. So either we add a town in here or a blight in here. If you add a blight in here, we lose. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. And then France wants to stick its explorer somewhere. We'll put it in here where it's going to die in the Ravage. And maybe the beast will eat it. Okay, this is going to be a pretty big Hulk smash. So we want to push these 3 towns in here. And then we can massive flooding. It's a lot of damage. Okay. And there are 3 cities on the map. But the beauty is we've actually got a nice big defend card, and we can drag a load of Dahan in here. So this Ravage is we're gonna be able to clear one of them. So let's use River's Bounty to bring in these 2 that aren't doing anything. Okay. Right, so Ravage is looking good. As long as we remember to use Quicken the Earth Struggles. We've even got Entrancing Apparitions we could use in there to just make sure that we don't get in trouble from the Fear deck. And we can hit our innate this turn. We don't have any massively built up lands now. And we need to reclaim a Day Water card. But here we go. We can actually get up to 5. We're still okay for energy, partly because we've gone for cheap stuff. Yeah, so I think we want to keep on with the minor powers here. And what are the builds looking like? A town build up here. A town and city in here. Okay. This one does have the unrest on it. Interesting. Okay, let's see what we're offered. Okay, so Dark Attack of Woods would defend. Would be enough in this in here in the inland jungle. And now we're up to 5. We're going to be up to 5 plays. We don't have to be quite as careful about our elements. Cool to Frosty's kind of doing stuff we're already doing fairly well. It's not a high priority pick. Oh, I suppose the other things to think about are this does give us the sun and the water. And it's defend card's a defend card. Is it? Yes, it is. It is a defend card. And we've got such vast numbers of Dahan on this board. Yeah, I mean, that defend card, we could actually use Twilight Fog to push a Dahan into here, maybe. And the nice thing about this is it means if we pick this, we'll actually be free to pick any card from our discard pile. But we probably do still want that Flash Floods. This is a damage as well. See, the ideal we'd have now is a nice slow power to complement this. But maybe that's too idealistic. Yeah, I think we go Elusive Ambushes. Yeah, Elusive Ambushes. Yeah, because of the elements. There was banging on about, oh, we're not so worried about elements now, but... And because we've got Reaching Grasp, we actually don't need to make a Sacred Site in here to target. And we could even try and delay the Reclaim further. Actually, no, I don't think we can delay the Reclaim. I don't think there's much profit in it. Okay, so... There's going to be a significant build in here. Yeah, so this is one of those situations where it's sad to be doing the fast damage because there's not going to be a city in here until after the build phase. So this is why slow damage would have been nice. But we've got luxuries now. We can stick a defend 10 wherever we like with Grasp and Quicken. So we're going to Grasp in here. And... Okay, it feels like we've broken the back of this challenge. Now it's just to finish off. I suppose the thing is they're going to build a city here, so we're going to want to not to smash this land anyway. So maybe next turn I think we're just going to be... Because this is... They're going to build a town in there as well. Okay, yeah, we definitely want to trigger our innate. Let's go round in circles here. I think the part of the reason we're doing okay here is the river's bounty. The flash floods, again, yeah, we're not going to be able to touch the... We're not going to be able to hit the city that we really want to. It's going to be a city and a town. So yeah, I think we want to set up for an elusive ambushes. We do that with Twilight Fog. So I think we... The thing with Wash Away that's so nice is that because the French are going to explore double in a lot of places, pushing those 2 explorers is, you know, it's pretty... it's a pretty big weight off your shoulders. So yeah, let's... I think we can just play all these. Just slap them all down. So we've got this. It's going to be... Yeah, we're going to use it in here. There will still be a city. Going to defend in there. Oh, elusive ambushes is... I mean, we need to play it for the water. No, we don't actually need to play it for the water. But it is a bit of a safety, but it's expensive, right? We're so close on Blight that I don't really want to risk it for the sake of a single energy. But then it's just a waste. We don't need... Oh, we do need to do it. Never mind. Okay, let's do that. Let's quicken the Earth struggles. Like that. That's one city down. And entrancing... oh, we've got entrancing apparitions for in here anyway. We've already got so much safety. Oh, we could actually, you know, we could even potentially clear a land. Got that feeling I get sometimes where I'm like, am I just caning my brain power on irrelevant decisions? Yeah, probably. Let's do a damage in there. Okay, rising interest in the island. Thankfully, we've already got 3 air elements. We definitely want to advance the fear. Buildings doing extra damage. I don't think that matters this turn. Nope, it doesn't matter. So I think that's what we're doing. Yeah, we will weave some of them lovely lies, and we'll just pay an energy. Yeah, I don't think we've got any cards we actually just want to give up. Certainly not cards that have air on. And a lovely wilderness token. So this here is 50% sand, 50% coast. So we don't have a coastal desert, unfortunately, so we can't really hedge on that. 50% sand, 50% coast. Yeah, this is awkward for us because actually, if we're gonna hit this land here this turn, it's not a great. We can't push into there from this. So I'm gonna put the wilderness in there. Each player's using a different land with Dahan. 1 damage per Dahan there. Well, these lands are they're cleared anyway. Oh, look at that. That's a gift. That's a real gift. Each player removes 2 explorers or a town from a land with Dahan. Well, yeah, let's remove this interior one. Mountains, that. Okay. I'd forgotten about the triangle trade. We don't care about triangle trade because we've got Wash Away. So we're going to put the triangle trade one in here. And they got the sand. So we add a town to one of these. We may as well add it to here because I think this is the better wash away. I was going to wash away in here, but this is a better one. And then they want to add an explorer. So this is about to drop off. Let's add an explorer in here with this wilderness. Actually, no, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh well. Okay, so we're going to wash... Yeah, we're going to wash these guys into here. Get in here. Get washed. And this unfortunately... Oh, unless sometimes the event will mean, or the fear cards will mean that things with unrest on take more damage, but we might be getting towards Terror 3. No, it's going to be a while. So I think the best spot for an unrest is... Damn it. Shame we don't have any Dahan in there for a counterattack. Well, we're going to be reclaiming. We might gain a useful Dahan push ability this turn. So yeah, we're clearing there. This must be a better place for some unrest. Our fear cards have basically cleared out all the places where we're sharing territory with the invaders. Okay, I think we just put this in here. And then we massive flooding in here. Okay. Alright, so we have 2 fear cards. We have 2 more to get to Terror 3. We have a Ravage up here that we do need to do something about. I know because we've got up to 5 plays, you know, we're a little low on energy, but we're kind of doing the important stuff. He said vaguely. So yeah, another nice, useful, cheap minor power would be good. Oh, gift of the energy, horrible elements. Actually, no, not horrible elements, but the extra energy is good. It's good. It's good. Okay. Yeah, the extra energy is going to be pretty valuable. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, we might not use it straight away. Okay, so we definitely need to do something about this. We were just double check we weren't offered any fast Dahan push. No. Well. Yeah, we have no fast Dahan movement. So, there's going to be a double town build in here. So what we could be looking at is a push from here into this jungle and then big smash in here. Because that takes care of the build and then it kind of takes care of the future ravage. So, to do that we need wash. And then we need a load of the same old bobbins, really. We need to defend in here as well. The easiest way to defend is probably with reach and quicken. We then need for our remaining 2 powers to have sun on. Oh, they've all got sun on. Whatever, Pizzo. Whatever. We have no fast Dahan push. So we might want to slow Dahan push in with the cities because those are the things that aren't so easy for us to destroy. We don't really have much slow Dahan push either outside of Twilight Fog. Oh yeah, we need the flash floods to remove the city. It's so grim. So he's spending 2 precious energy on on a card that does 1 damage. But you know, you work with what you've got. We can. This is going to gain us 2 energy instead of 1, so I think we need to do that. We are running low on energy. But we do have the top tier of that. We have the defend in there, and it's a sturdy defend. We shouldn't. This, you know, if this somehow does cheese a blight, it's only a singular blight. And we're going to gain 2 energy here. The wash is kind of important. And there's no Dahan in here, so we can't use elusive ambushes instead. I mean, okay, we could use entrancing apparition, but there is the risk that they're going to do extra damage and then we just lose. So I think we have to play around that. Yeah, I think we have to be a bit cautious there. All right, so we're going to gift of living energy on ourselves for a couple of energy. We're going to do this, and as we've got a decent town buffer, I don't think it's worth yoinking them out of there, especially as we're going to destroy them. So flash floods in here, damage to that city. Going to quicken the struggles in there to defend, and the only other thing we have left to do is entrancing apparitions. So I think of like, I don't know, ultra paranoia. Okay, they just do +1 damage per land when ravaging. Oh, do they? And then we've got a disease. Ooh, remove a blight. Each player chooses a different land. In chosen lands, go up to 2 Dahan. The 1 damage of Dahan are present. Okay, that's very nice for us. That means we actually don't need to Hulk smash this land anymore. Oh, no. We'll do this. So we've cleared that city, basically, in the Ravage. Each player removes up to 3 health invaders from a land with disease. So we don't want to do that here. Because we're going to get 2 fear when we destroy it. So 2 fear is a lot of fear. So rather than doing ourselves out of 2 fear, we'll do ourselves out of 1 fear in here. Oh, except... yeah, well, yeah. Okay. Sand build. Sand and mountain. Yikes. Okay, and then we have an extra explorer. Let's put it in here. So we got the sand into Ravage into build. And luckily we've got defend cards, so I'm not too worried about that. That's pretty nice. Okay, then we've got the massive flooding. So we'll do what we'd planned to do all along. And this could be game, actually. I'm not looking too closely. No, not quite. Not quite. But we're in range of there are no cities left on the map. In fact, there's what? A town. Okay. So we can just finish this now. Let me just double check I'm not diddling myself. Yeah, we can just win with flash floods, so I'm going to do that. Like the video if you like the video. I know people they like to dip out ASAP as soon as the victory's there. So we are just going to flash floods that for the win. And there you go, the victory. So yeah, thanks so much for joining me. Yeah, my first attempt, this is my second attempt. My first one was an absolutely cursed start. It was like a double city build turn 1. Absolutely horrible. But yeah, actually, it feels like it's not a bad fight for River. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me, and catch you next time. I've got to actually press the buttons.